Thank you all for joining for a special conversation with Mr. Clark. Thank you all for tuning in. I appreciate it. We are now live streaming on all platforms. You can go to www.iamsacfoundation.com to join the movement, not the moment, or you become a member at www.iamsacevents.org and you can figure out and see what we're doing there. All wonderful and great things. The reason I wanted to sit down with you guys on this Sunday is, of course, to call for justice and accountability on all levels. But another reason I want to sit down with you all is to let you all know that we are starting what I'm doing, as well as a lot of other things I'm doing. But another thing I'm doing, which is very special that I want to announce, is the creation of a community resource outreach COVID response team that I'm creating to inform and educate those in the community about the vaccines, and not trying to tell nobody to get no vaccine or nothing, but give them free face masks, give people resources, and just inform and educate is something I really, really want to do. And I plan on announcing more about that in the future days, because I believe that's part of restoration in the community. I also want to let you know that if you've seen Saturday, I had a special conversation with Mr. Clark with a special guest named Mervyn Brookins. Mervyn Brookins is one of the founders of an organization called Brother to Brother. Now, when I interviewed Mervyn Brookins, I did not interview him thinking that I was going to get all the answers. The reason I interviewed Mervyn Brookins was because he was a member of the community who sat there and took a picture with the district attorney, Anne Marie Schubert, the same district attorney who's never prosecuted the cops who killed my brother, the same district attorney who's received over $13,000 from police unions days after the assassination of my brother, the same district attorney who's never prosecuted a cop ever in her life, and who's received over $250,000 from police unions during her entire tenure as DA. So when I'm talking about all skin folks and kin folks, this is the kind of stuff I was talking about. But then I'll say, you know what, let me have a conversation with Merv. Maybe I'm getting it all wrong. So let me reach out to the brother. And the brother reached out to me, and he agreed to come on the conversation with Mr. Clark and figure out how we could bridge that gap. When he first called me, at first I didn't think he was going to do the interview. I thought it was going to be a no-go. He called me, he kind of cussed me out, and I cussed him out, and we had a few words, but it was all love because that's how me and him talk. So it was okay. So I talked to Mervyn Brookins, and after that, I'm like, okay, my phone dies. In the middle of him talking, my phone dies. And so he probably thought I hung up on him, but that was not the case. My phone had died. But anyways, my phone charges up again. He calls back. He says, you know what, I'll do the interview. I'm like, oh my God, yes. Because if he didn't do the interview, I was going to have to go up there and do it myself. Yeah. He said, I'll do the interview, but under the stipulation that you can't ask this question. Now, I'm not going to say which question that was, because if you watched the interview, you wouldn't know. But I agreed to not ask him that question. But off the record, I did ask him that question. I just want to let you all know that. And some things, some conversations and some comments and some statements need to be kept in private. There's no reason for some private things to go public. I still believe that the District Attorney Anne Marie Carol Baskin Schubert used our dear brother Mervyn Brookins. I believe she used him to say, look, I represent the underdeserved, underrepresented, and at-risk communities. Look, I fight for the rights and causes. That's why I should be Attorney General. And I still believe that. And I'm glad Merv sat down with me and we was able to bridge the gap. And this is what transformative restorative justice look like. If me and Merv can sit down and bridge the gap and have a conversation and maybe agree, disagree, then how come the other people in the community can't do it? This man has, as you know, and another question I did not ask him during that interview was the question about his criminal record. I don't believe that has, you know, we all know he has a criminal record. We all know he did some time, a lot of time. So why would I go back in that? And I don't want to make an interview just about that stuff. I did want to talk about the DA because the DA, Anne-Marie Carol Baskin Schubert, is running for Attorney General. It might sound hard to believe, but her crooked ass is running. And if we don't come together to make sure her crooked ass does not get elected, we should have started the recall campaign should have been done already. The thing is, too many people are with the moment and not the movement. So when I'm talking about getting things done in actionable items, they go away because most people only care about, if you want to be honest, materialism and individualism, if we're being straight up. He paid his debt. Yes, he did pay his debt to society. So I did not want to go on Mervyn Brickens about that. That's not none of my conversation. My conversation was, why was he cozying up next district attorney? I had a problem with that. And he answered my questions on the interview. And, look, I'm not going, we didn't come together and vote these people out. Thank you, Kelly. We need to vote these people out. Because if you're not standing for the people, let me say that you ain't shit. Amen. And if Stephon Clark signed that, we can say amen to that. Because too many times you have these elected officials, they just fail people. They say whatever they want to say. They want to bring up your criminal record. They want to bring up your past. They want to bring up, what you've done instead of what you're doing. Talk about what I'm doing, damn it. You want to talk about what I've done in the past. We know I jumped on the mayor's desk, and we know I rang the bell and told Donald, and we know that I was thrown in jail, and we know that I was ostracized and kicked out the church. So what? What are we doing now for these babies now? I don't care about none of that. How are we using our influence as a people to bring people together? Or are we going to allow for our community to keep dying? I'm not mad at Mervyn. Am I upset at Mervyn Brickens? Yes. I'm deeply, highly upset at him for cozying up next to the district attorney and Marie Carol Baskin Schubert. Yes. Is that going to stop me from fighting? No. Am I going to lose sleep over that? Maybe. Will I continue to fight for accountability on not some levels, but all levels? You can bet your ass off. That's why I say a lot of these people, when it comes to, I'm a frontline activist. I'm on the front line, and I'm everywhere. I'm not hard to find. I'm everywhere. I'm not a hard guy to find. But I tell you, I'm a frontline activist. And a lot of these other activists are assbacks. That's what Coach called them. Coach called them assback. Because whenever he tried to get in the game, Coach said, get your ass back. So since they want to talk from the sidelines, they want to talk from the bleachers, leave them in the bleachers, leave them on the sidelines. Let them go. Let these people go. They're haters. We have to focus on the people at hand, the young people. We should never forget that the truth comes out of the young folks. The spirit is in the activism of the young folks. I did a speaking with the 8th grader today, and usually I'm talking about my speeches and all that. It's personal, but when I tell you that we're going to be in good hands, when I see these children, these next generation of children, they know what they're doing. They're planning actionable items right now. This young girl was at a protest at the age of 7, supporting the movement. At the age of 7, she was out there front line and on the protest. So when you get this knowledge, you get this wisdom, you have to understand that this is a fight that will not stop if we as a people don't come together. Black people, for real. I'm talking to black people mostly. And, I love everybody. Everybody love everybody. But black people, we got to come together. And we got to quit coming together only at funerals. How come the only time we all get together is at funerals? We need to start getting together and having more potlucks having more block parties, having more family dinners. We just had movie night and game night. Y'all need to start coming out to bingo night. We're going to start having. You guys need to start coming out and supporting your community when it comes to unity. Unity in the community. We should be bringing people together instead of separating apart. I'm not going to carry on with my speaking and my rants because I know I could be a little deacon long-winded, amen. But I want to let you know that what actionable items are we providing for people? Here at the IAMSAC Foundation, you know our SAC 6. Number 1, bridge the gap between law enforcement and at-risk communities. Number 2, inform and educate on policy and legislative change. Number 3, provide resources and healing spaces for those in need in the community. Number 4, commemorate the life and legacy of Stephon Clark so that his name may live in a positive light for generations and generations and generations long after you and I have left this earth. Number 5, receive recommendations from the people, because we don't have all the answers on how to prevent Stephon's, George Floyd's, Dante Wright's from ever happening again. And number 6, spreading the gospel of love, which is everybody love everybody. And that's our story, and we stick to it. Those are actionable items. Bridge the gap through dialogue. How can we bridge the gap if we're not sitting down and having the dialogue? We're too busy killing each other based on geographical locale. Solidarity without organization is useless. It's pointless. It's worthless. We as a people can't even stand in solidarity. You want to centralize, you want to organize, you want to mobilize, you want to plot, you want to plan, you want to weaponize, but you're not ready to stand in solidarity, yet alone organize. Because like I said, solidarity without organization is useless. Like passion without direction is chaos. And passion with direction is purpose. I used to be in the music industry. I used to meet some of a lot of rappers. And there'd be a lot of rappers out there with a lot of passion with no talent. You ever seen that? You ever seen an artist with a lot of passion with no talent? Huh? That was me when I used to try to play basketball. I had all the passion, but I couldn't shoot hoops for shit. Amen. But damn it, I played a good defense. Okay? But I wasn't good for shit. But I had passion. And a lot of people have a lot of passion but no talent. And that's not good in this fight because we don't need no part-time activists. And a lot of this new age activism, they got this term called slacktivists. We don't need no more slacktivists out here. We do not need no more activists and slacktivists. Thank you all for joining me for this special conversation with Mr. Clark. It's Stephon Clark Sunday. I wanted to come on here for 15 minutes and tell you guys that the conversation that we had with my dear brother Mervyn Brookins was specifically a restorative, transformative justice meeting on bridging the gap through dialogue. If I could do it, you could do it. Will I sit down with crooked ass Carol Ann-Marie Baskin Schubert? Hell no, I won't. I can't do that. Not until she do her damn job. And that's do what's right when it's prosecute these officers who assassinated my brother in my grandmother's backyard. She needs to be held accountable. And any community member that ever takes a picture and cozy up with that crooked ass woman will be called out by himself, Stephon Clark, and the life and legacy of Stephon Clark, because that is unacceptable. Merv Brookins was wrong for accepting that beacon of the hope of war. But the man has a job, and maybe that award meant a lot to him. But another thing that stood out to me was there was not one black district attorney behind him in that picture. Not one black district attorney in that entire office. Merv was the only black brother in the picture. There ain't not one black DA in the entire office of Ann-Marie Carol Baskin Schubert. That's another thing I had a problem with. The days of these political institutions and these elected officials that have failed us time and time again, cozying up with our so-called community leaders and getting away with it, for the agenda I have no idea to think about, those days are over. Those days are over. If you want to be an activist that's on social media all day, you don't want to be in the front line, I get it. Everybody want to get pepper sprayed. Everybody want to get tased, shot with bean bags, go to jail, kicked out of the church, ostracized. Nobody want to go through that. You think I want to go through that? No, nobody wants to go through that. But certain people have to pay a price for their agenda. Why you think we got resource centers and when Stephon Day and Stephon Clark law is because we paid a price for this damn agenda. We paid the price for the agenda. What price are you willing to pay for the agenda? What are you willing to sacrifice to get what needs to be done? What are you willing to do to make sure the kids are good for generations and generations and generations long after you and I have left this earth? Because what happens is you people have gotten too selfish when it comes to materialism and individualism. There was once a great man called JFK. He said, it's not what your country can do for you. It's what you can do for your country. What are you going to do for your community is what I'm asking. How much community service have you done in the last month? I'm talking about real community service. Not drop off no books at Stephon's house, not donate a couple dollars to Goodwill. I'm talking about what community service have you done in the actual month? I'll wait because I got time. Come on. We need to get back to serving our community. Too many neighborhoods and not enough neighbors. I just want everybody to know that if we don't come together and as a community, as a people, we as a people, black people, are going to go extinct around this thing. I believe we all have a story. So if you have a story, you want to submit your story, go to IAMSACfoundation@gmail.com. Send us your story. Tell us how you would like to get involved in the movement and not the moment. There are fires happening around right now in the city of Sacramento because of the high winds. Everybody be safe. This is Stephon Clark Sunday. We're going to get justice. We're going to get justice and accountability. There's no reason I should be here defending my brother while the officers who murdered him should be proving their innocence in the court of law. And injustice anywhere is injustice everywhere, says King. We have to come together. And if we do not come together as a people, Stephon Clarks will continue to happen. Oscar Grants will continue to happen. Sandra Bland's will continue to happen. Eric Garner's will continue to happen. Khalif Browder's will continue to happen. Emmett Till's will continue to happen. Philando Castile's will continue to happen. Stephen Taylor's will continue to happen. Pamela Turner's will continue to happen. All these deaths and atrocities, Daryl Richards, Brandon Smith, Kobe Fridays, all these names will keep piling up until we as a people, we as a community, come together as a nation, figure out what the hell was going on, and get it together. Thank you all for joining me for this special conversation, Mr. Clark, on Stephon Clark Sunday. I love you all. Go to IAMSACfoundation@gmail.com. Send us your story. Tell us how you like to get involved. Tell us how you like to be a part of the movement and not the moment. Remember with our SAC 6 program. Number 1, bridge the gap between law enforcement and at-risk communities. Number 2, inform and educate on policy and legislative change. The reason we say inform and educate, because inform meaning know what you're talking about. Know the facts. Inform meaning the facts, okay? And educate meaning to give moral, social, or intellectual instruction. So to inform and educate on policy and legislative change. And we believe policy and legislative change is a legacy on paper. That's Stephon Clark law, which updated the use of force from reasonable to necessary. Number 3 is very important because it's providing resources and healing spaces for those in our community. We believe here at IAMSAC Foundation, give a man a fish, he'll eat for a day. But if you teach a man to fish, He'll eat for a lifetime. Number 4 is the reason I'm here, the reason I'm sitting with you. I am not the CEO of IAMSAC Foundation. Mama Clark is the CEO. I am the founder of IAMSAC Foundation, but I work for the guy who runs IAMSAC Foundation. You know, I might have founded IAMSAC Foundation, but the blood of Stephon Clark is what birthed and created IAMSAC Foundation. So I'm gonna tell you something. Stephon Clark is the CEO, the president, the founder, all that of IAMSAC Foundation. Me, myself, I am just his communications director. Okay, I'm just the communications director for him. So, let me go live back. I already, one of these went off, guys. Sorry. So. Sorry about you guys. Oh God. So like I said, I'm just the communications director for IAMSAC Foundation. So number 5, receive recommendations from the people on how to prevent Stephon Clark's from ever happening again. I don't know all the answers. So we need help on that. We need help on, recommendations on how to prevent Dante Wright's, how to prevent George Floyd's, how to prevent Philando Casta's. We need your help. So go to IAMSACfoundation.com or IAMSACfoundation@gmail. Send us a message on how you can help and get involved with the movement and not the moment. And number 6 is very important to us. Number 6, the golden rule. John 15:12 says, love each other as I have loved you. If you skip down to John 15:18, it says, if the world hates you, know they hated me long before they ever hated you. So our golden rule and our golden gospel is spread the gospel of love. And that's everybody love everybody. And the SAC 6 is something that, if you learn it and take it serious, okay? Please take it serious. We're a movement. We're a movement unified by social, transformative, and restorative justice. Our ultimate goal is to establish Stephon's house, which we have done, and keep this going, sustainable for generations, because this is a resource center dedicated to the life and legacy of Stephon. We empower Sacramento's underdeserved, underrepresented, underdeveloped, and at-risk community by providing those resources, by providing education, by providing a network, by providing solutions, by providing tools, by providing a safe space, by providing a brave space. We provide all that here at Stephon's house. A lot of programs we do here are gardening with my grandmother at the gardening at Stephon's house. I mean my grandmother's house where my brother was buried. Here we do a lot of the healing programs. Yayo, Mama Clark. We are trying. And what we are doing, not trying because Master Yoda says, do it now, there is no try. We are establishing, connecting the community with the community. Okay, that's what we're doing. Okay, we are connecting the community with the community because the community is not connected with the community. That's why you have people dying over geographical locale they own no parts of because nobody's connected. Okay, let's get connected. We got to spread the love. Too much hate, not enough love. So for the Stephon Clark Sundays, I gotta wrap it up. The word of the day is love. Love. Can you imagine where we'll be if we all just loved each other? Everybody fucking love everybody. That's my story. I'm sticking to it. And the reason you have to love everybody is because if you don't, you'll be upset and pissed off at everybody. You'll be upset at the fact that they're so quick to kill us African Americans and lock us up in prisons. But whenever somebody goes and these white people go out there and shoot up these schools and all that, they go out there and shoot up churches and all that. The cops go out there and donate to their GoFundMes and take them to Burger King and things like that. This is why we're upset, because there's 2 types of Americas we feel like we live in. Now that we know we live in 2 types of America, 2 different Americas. One America is just, it feels like racism and classism and individualism and materialism. The other America is for those in Silicon Valley. They good. They're all right. They don't even see these problems because they're out of touch, out of connection. They don't understand the people. These celebrities, these politicians, they don't understand y'all. They don't give a damn about y'all. Y'all think they give a damn about y'all? Crazy as hell. You crazy as hell. Putting your faith in these systems were never designed for us. That Constitution on my wall, that wasn't intended for our black asses. And you crazy as hell if you think it was. Now, I got the Constitution on my wall because I'm a goddamn American. You damn right I got the Constitution on my wall. But that Constitution on that wall wasn't made for us. They didn't write that shit for us. We're 3/5 of a human. After we slaves, we was 3/5 of a human. They even wanted to drink it out of their water fountains. They didn't want our people swimming in their goddamn pools. They still don't want us at their damn pools and at their damn water fountains and shit. That's why black people, I don't understand. You make all this money, you get all this money, you all this shit just to move into a neighborhood where they don't even want you. That's crazy to me. I'd rather not have neighbors and create a platform for my people to be my neighbors. So we all eat. The Asian community, I used to work for the newspapers. The Asian community will have 30 of them living in one house because they love family. They was connected to familyness. They wasn't kicking each other all out. They was all living with each other. Black people, one got all live with each other like that, but goddamn it, we need to get some land. Reparations are due to us. We have money out there for us, and it's called reparation money. My granddaddy daddy didn't die for nothing. I can tell you that much. I'm going to get my reparations one way or another. Malcolm X said, by any means. Let me tell you something. By any means, mark my words, I'm going to get my reparations. Y'all might have stopped fighting for it because y'all got a little comfortable with your little job and shit. But I'm going to get mine because I'll be damned if my granddaddy daddy died for nothing. Over my dead body. You bet your ass that we are going to get what's ours, but we cannot get what's ours if we don't come together. Black people, wake up. We don't need to be killing our brothers and shooting our brothers when they're trying to kill us and shoot us all in our backs. You can't have a cell phone no more. You can't have iced tea and Skittles. You can't jog home. You can't be in your own apartment eating ice cream. You can't legally carry a weapon like Philando Castile. You can't do nothing no more. They killing us, y'all. You can't have air fresheners. You know, they don't know the difference between tasers and guns, y'all. They are killing us, y'all. And then they getting paid vacation. Paid time off. Now, can you imagine that? Can you imagine that you kill us and then you get a paid vacation? And I've been telling these kids, I said, you go out there and kill your brother if you want to. You go out, kill him if you want to. And they're going to throw your black ass in the bottom of the jail. If they don't throw you in the bottom of the jail, they're going to kill you. They're going to kill you. And I can guarantee it. I can guarantee it. So you rather kill your own brother than come against the oppressor. And I have actionable items. I'm not just talking to be ran. That's why I said we have SWAT, soldiers with a purpose, our own de-escalation tactical teams for our men. So if you don't want to call 911, you can call us SWAT. Actionable items, tangible things you can take on. The problem is nobody want to go out there and do the hard work. This is a lot of hard work going into this. And a lot of people don't want to do it. I understand that. But, you know, if we don't come together as a community and get it together as one, they will continue to kill us. And if we black people don't come together and quit killing each other, we will go extinct. We are killing each other more than the KKK had ever dreamed. We need to understand as black people, the only way you're getting away with murder in America is if you're a police officer. That seems to be the only way. If you want to get away with murder, become a cop. That's what it seems to be. And we are trying to change that narrative because we be damned if you keep killing our loved ones. And we keep saying we shall overcome, no justice, no peace. Damn it, we tired of marching. We tired of chanting. My feet hurt, tired of protesting. Actionable items. And for all y'all that don't want to do this, and you think, oh, well, maybe you should move on. Well, let the police kill your brother in your grandmother's backyard, and nothing happens to them. They just go back to work and live their lives. Let's see if you just move on. And you guys have to understand, I've lost 2 brothers and a sister. But the fight for justice and accountability is not on some levels. It's on all levels. I got to wrap it up at 7 o'clock. It's been 30 minutes. I love you all. Time goes by so fast, of course. But remember, bridge the gap between law enforcement and at-risk communities, inform and educate on policy and legislative change, provide resources and healing spaces for those in the community, commemorate the life and legacy of Stephon Clark in a positive light, so his name may live on for generations after you and I left this earth. Receive recommendations from you, the people, on how to prevent Stephon's, Dante Rice, George Floyd's from ever happening again, and spreading the gospel of love. Everybody, love everybody. Remember, passion without direction is chaos, and passion with direction is purpose. Remember, solidarity without organization is useless, just like transparency without accountability means nothing, okay? Remember this. You cannot turn chicken into an eagle. You cannot respond at the level of turtles when you're a giraffe. And elephants do not swap flies. I've said that numerous times, and I'm gonna keep saying it. So I need to write that down because I think you guys need to learn that. And it's elephants don't swap flies. Giraffes don't respond at the levels of turtles. You can't turn chickens into eagles. I'm tired of trying to turn chicken head ass people to eagles. It can't happen, won't work. You want to live like goddamn heathens and shit? Fuck it, you know what I mean? I tried, hey, I love you all still, but you can't turn chickens into eagles. Giraffes don't respond to the levels of turtles, and elephants don't swap flies. I'm the realest person I know. I love everybody. I'm gonna keep fighting for justice and accountability on all levels. Like I said, passion without direction is chaos. Passion with direction is purpose. If you don't have a price, you have an agenda. You know what I mean? Solidarity. Yeah, come on now, Grace. You gotta walk with Grace now. Y'all support that, so it's doing big things. You know what I mean? So solidarity without organization is useless. Y'all need to organize. Don't just be coming out here being solid, no actionable items. You guys have no actionable items. Let's get out there and get these actionable items done. Okay? Now I gotta welcome his family into a club everybody wants to be a part of in about 5 minutes or right now. I gotta get off. My time is still 7. So I gotta welcome this family into a club everybody wants to be a part of. So while I gotta do that, I want everybody to have a good Stephon Clark Sunday. And if you want to talk about actionable items, you want to talk about bridging the gap, you want to talk about informing and educating, you want to talk about providing resources and healing spaces, you want to talk about commemorating life and legacy, then call me. And then Grace, I'll call you. I'll definitely call you because I love you. But if you want to do that, call me, guys. Let's work. Because if not, you're wasting time because you don't have actionable items. Have actionable items. And also the community resource outreach team. We are starting a COVID community resource outreach team, something that it will be the first of its kind. And we're going to be informing and educating about the different vaccines and all that. We're not telling people to get vaccinated or nothing. We're telling people what's out there. I got to go because my time is up and I got to welcome this family to a club nobody wants to be a part of. But everybody love everybody. Get your chicken up. We love the people. Let the record show we love the people, damn it. And we're going to keep loving the people.